are today on the agenda. So we have, again, Francesco and Maurizio, who are part of Quarlo, who will be sharing more the technical and the business integration of chatbots. We'll have Sophia sharing a little bit more about the theoretical aspect of integrating and APIs. And then we have Tom, who is one of our HCAT students who actually built a chatbot for the class that he took. So I would love to ask Tom if he can share his creation first, and then we'll dive with Sophia into the APIs.
I can. I was making a last minute fix because everything can always get better.
Of course. And if there are others who build the chatbot and would like to share or have questions, or we need to troubleshoot anything, please feel free to jump in as well.
Hey Stella, can you add me as a co-presenter?
Absolutely.
There it is. All right, so I'm going to take this from a slightly different, perspective, because I had the advantage of going through Stella's class, and before we built our chatbot, we were able to develop a persona as well as do a journey for that particular persona. So before I get to the chatbot, I want to show you why the chatbot was created and what the benefits were. So Richard is a typical recruiter for wealth management. He has about 5 years of experience. He is strongly empathetic, great energy, positive outlook. He's motivated to do the best job possible to find and recruit the best people possible for the firm. Richard's goals are to go through, he wants to grow through employee referrals and be the first one to contact a potential candidate. So he works hard. Technology is important to him. Everything that gives him an edge are things that are important to Richard. So I realize this is a little blurry, but I want you to see what's happening here as he goes through his day. This is when he starts off his day. Typically he comes in, he's in a good mood, but sometimes, it's New York City, so he comes in, he deals with bad traffic or trains or some type of other less than pleasant experience. So his day doesn't start particularly well, but then he gets right into his day and he starts making calls and going through his meetings and seeing how his day is set up. So that makes him feel a little bit better. And then he has to go into a team meeting. And sometimes team meetings are great, and sometimes team meetings just get in the way, especially if you are being productive and you're ready to go, right? And you have this idea, this plan, but okay, let's do the team meeting first. So you go throughout his day and you can see the highs and his lows. The lunch gets 3 stars up. Excuse me. In the 3 stars down, or the 3 thumbs down, is compliance training. Everybody's favorite. So as he gets to the end of his day, he has a it's a relatively good end of the day. But ideally, we want to change his day from being thumbs down to being primarily thumbs up. You'll see that in this scenario that Richard's only thumbs down comes from compliance, but it's not as bad as it was, because rather than starting off his day as he did in the beginning of the original process, in order to start off this day well, he ended his previous day, or in this case Friday, exceptionally well, because he leveraged REPA, and REPA is the recruiter's personal assistant that takes him through his day. Sets up everything that he needs for on Friday for him to come in on Monday and hit everything hard and fast, and it sets him up perfectly. So Richard begins his day fully prepared. He's ready to begin. His day has been pre-planned based on his input from the end of the previous day. So this Friday, Monday, it doesn't make any difference. He doesn't have to prep for his day. It's already done for him. So REPA will help him to focus on mission critical and strategic actions, speaking with candidates, meeting with candidates, and hiring wealth management and FAs it's accomplished through the automation of time-consuming tasks, scheduling appointments, and scraping the web for high-potential candidates. So based off of that information, Francesco was fantastic about giving us access to Querlo to develop our first chatbot. And as you saw last week, Nicholas and was it Alyssa who created the second one that we saw last week. But it's incredibly easy to use. The complexity comes from the setup, and that's where the setting up the journey and understanding and mapping out the person's day really helped me to dial into setting up the chatbot. So when Richard gets to the end of his day, he automatically logs into REPA, and REPA gives him feedback. It doesn't just say, "Hi, how are you?" It tells him gives him some analytics from the day. He connected with 64% of his candidates, which is 11% better than usual. And he has 5 first scheduled. He scheduled 5 first interviews for this week, and that's an incredible start to the week for him. So REPA wants to know, do you want to set up tomorrow's schedule? He's going to say, yeah. REPA's going to go through his schedule and say, okay, let me get a list of candidates and schedule for next week. This will take a moment. So this is Friday. At this point, he now has the choice to see each call an aggregated view, or over time, he can just click, "I trust you." And REPA will automatically schedule all of his appointments that are available based off of their preferred, the candidate's preferred criteria. What's happened at this point is REPA has scraped the web, she scraped the job board, she's found high priority candidates, automatically emailed them, asked them if they're interested in the role, send them out the job description. If they say yes, asks them what time is best for them. So REPA has all the information she needs to schedule everything automatically for Richard. That time-consuming process taken away from Richard, he's now talking with, if you're familiar with sales, these are now warm leads. They're no longer cold leads. Those are what salespeople and recruiters always want. So in this case, he's going to go to each call because REPA's still new to him. So his first candidate is for an executive director for the Americas Virtual Advisor. Is scheduled for 10 a.m. Do you want to confirm or move the appointment? If he tries to reschedule it, it'll say, okay, but based on Mr. David's preferred time, I can reschedule the call to 3 p.m. Tuesday. If any of these times didn't work, REPA would say, okay, let me pull this back. REPA is making a recommendation based off of Mr. David's preferences, first time, second time, third time. So it's giving them to him in the order that would be most preferred by the candidate. And you always want to take the candidate's best times. Down here, you can see that Monday has a 22% chance, Wednesday at 10 a.m. is an 82% chance. So he's going to be able to choose which one has the best chance of getting rebooked to. So he chooses Wednesday at 10 a.m. He'll send it, and REPA will automatically send the email invite. Everything is templated, everything's done. Is there anything else you'd like to do? No, thank you. Have a great week. I'll see you next Monday. So I think a number of different things that this could do, but I don't want to draw it out too much. Are there any questions? Is there anything that I didn't cover that anybody is interested in seeing?
I hope this gives everyone some ideas of the power because it simplifies the user interface and it creates and taps into the capabilities of integrating with all your backend system. So this way your user experience, or for employees or candidate experience, it's significantly improved and the complexity is hidden behind the technology.
So you can see some of the other capabilities REPA was scheduled. She could schedule a call, she scheduled a meeting. She's fully integrated into Active Directory, into the system. She's fully integrated into Outlook. She's fully integrated, and she could be a he, by the way, fully integrated into the business to help Richard automate as many processes as possible, because every time he's not on the phone or speaking with a candidate, he's doing something that may be less productive for him.
Great. Thank you, Tom.
My pleasure. Thank you for letting me share. I was excited to share that with everybody.
Really, really proud of the accomplishments and how quickly you were able to create something like that. So was that?
Maria,
yeah, go on.
Real quick, Maria asked the question, where is REPA getting the data from?
Yeah.
So REPA, as I was just talking about, REPA being integrated into Outlook, Active Directory. It could be integrated into the HRIS system to identify what roles are available, so he doesn't have to search through them or wait for them to come to him. REPA could be integrated into any system that gets him the information he needs, as well as being able to push information out.